In the first video of this series, I said that the third condition is we are assaulted by negativity. And in that, I shared the story of how when I began this Challenge 44, a couple of days before, I was challenged with the idea of, well, doing a news blackout, frankly. And I didn't think I could do it. I honestly didn't. It felt like there was the addiction of needing to know everything, kind of that FOMO, fear of missing out. Yeah, that stuff's real, okay? And so what I was challenged about was that news, regardless of its political persuasion or angle or whatever, it's all negative. And it's been that way a long time. I just don't think I realized it. One of the things that clued me into this was about a week before I was challenged with this idea. I was looking for something positive. And it was like my soul just wanted to hear something good, right? And I spent like a couple of hours searching news feeds and stuff for any kind of hopeful, positive kind of article. Couldn't find a thing that day. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, I'm just saying it was not available to me. And that began this whole journey. One more thing about this was I had actually tried something similar a few months before, earlier this year. And the gist of that was just check the news for 5 minutes a day. Turn off the commentators, turn off the noise, just check the hard news and a few headlines and move on. Keep up, but don't get involved. That's probably like telling an alcoholic, yeah, you need to cut back, so just have one drink a day, okay? So my 5 minutes turned into 10 minutes, and then I go, well, you know, I'd be curious what this guy says on this. This is really interesting. I'll just listen for 5 minutes. While I'm buttering my bread, right, like Bilbo, I'll make some toast and listen to this guy just chirp about this for a few minutes. Well, then that became 30 minutes to an hour. I think what probably happened was I was spending more time on my 5 minutes turned out to be more time than it had been before. It'd be better if I'd not started. And I felt thin, like butter that has been scraped across bread. It's like something's missing. And now that I look back, I can now answer this question with some clarity. What was the condition of my soul? What was going on with me? And the word that comes to mind is lethargic. I was just lethargic. I was losing steam. I was losing energy. It was bad. I think it was physical too. There were days, and I'm embarrassed to admit, where like I just go, oh, I just need to go take a little power nap real quick. And that power nap would turn into a 2-hour nap. I mean, literally, I would literally just go completely unconscious. And I'm like, am I dying? Is this old age? What's happening? Physically, it was taking a toll that I had no idea. And another thing started to happen. It was like, well, you know, this can wait. This isn't that important. Or nothing's gonna happen even if I do this. This will not make any difference. And so I would just not do things. And my productivity was plummeting. Now, I'm looking back on this analysis and telling you, but in the moment, I couldn't tell what was happening. It was all so slow, so subtle. 28 days later, so it's been 28 days, complete news blackout. And I've got to tell you, I've got more creativity. I've got more ideas than I can shake a stick at. I've got energy. All my old enthusiasms and passions are returning. Now, here's the fascinating thing. My material circumstances haven't changed. So there's nothing that says, like, there's not been a great breakthrough or a huge accomplishment or anything like that that would say, oh, be enthusiastic about that. That's something to be excited about. There's been none of that. This is all internal. And I'm using my business as an example, but frankly, it's affected my whole life. I'm not having the tiredness spells anymore. I'm not having those little power naps that last for 2 hours. That's not a power nap, by the way. it's really, really remarkable. And so I want to share with you guys a couple of ideas that could maybe help you. And I've got two things to suggest. Well, first of all, we have to turn off the negativity, okay? And honestly, I think I would recommend complete cold turkey, go for it. Blackout completely. Look, your friends will tell you what's going on. Hey, did you hear, big event or something like that. You'll find out. I mean, it is really hard not to hear about whatever the huge big event is that's occurring. But we got to fill the removal of the negative with something else.